If the Google News algorithm starts feeding you the same news story it sends to me, you'll start realizing how many scams and schemes take place every single day in America. On this channel, we like to focus on fake gurus on social media, but they're small potatoes compared to the scams pulled in other markets. Just a couple weeks ago, a securities trader sentenced to 18 months in prison for market manipulation scheme that netted more than $17 million in illicit profits. He was sentenced on December 22nd, meaning the Christmas gift he sent his family was probably the map to the hidden cash dug a foot deep in the backyard. Hey family, you know the vacations we've been taking, the nice dinners we've been having. You're gonna have to lay low for a few months while daddy goes away. Joseph Taub of Clifton, New Jersey is going to prison. A New Jersey-based securities trader was sentenced today to 18 months in prison for orchestrating a massive, long-running market manipulation scheme and tax fraud that netted more than $17 million in illegal profits between 2014 and 2016. Joseph didn't realize that he could have spent his time making YouTube videos detailing how to become this millionaire trading stocks instead of committing fraud. Even Jason Bond was able to go years before being exposed and facing any lawsuits. Jason lasted much longer than 3 years. From 2014 to 2016, Taub and others conspired to manipulate the securities prices of numerous public companies by coordinating trading in dozens of brokerage accounts he secretly controlled. Taub used straw accounts that were held in the names of others to conduct much of his trading. Taub funded many of these straw accounts and used the straw account holders to conceal the scheme from regulators and law enforcement. If he was able to make $17 million in illegal profits during 3 full years, then he was averaging $15,525 every single day. Just imagine how flashy his Instagram could have been if he wanted to sell a course. Every week he could have been flying private, renting a new Lamborghini, eating breakfast in an exotic location, and the best of all is he could have used the description on Instagram to say, "You can live this life by trading securities. I used to be broke and would always dream of this, but through hard work and dedication, I'm now able to live it." It's possible if you follow my program, Day Trading Profits. This system is so lucrative, it should be illegal. To manipulate securities prices, Taub engaged repeatedly in a series of contemporaneous transactions designed to artificially influence the market price of the securities of various publicly traded companies, and induce other market participants to trade in those securities based on the false impression that there was real market interest in the securities. I hope he was creative with the names of the straw accounts. Double funny if they were lewd and he had to say them in court. Yes, Your Honor, I thought I could get away with using silly sounding names with sexual undertones in this scheme. What's dangerous about social media and day trading gurus that have large followings is they can use this same tactic. They can buy shares in a company with low trade volume, pump up the interest in said company by sending out a bogus newsletter or post to their following indicating that this company is about to explode. And after the followers buy into the company's stock, then the guru will dump their shares after earning a lot of profit. This is the classic pump and dump scheme. This is why Jordan Belfort got locked up.
99% of what I did was legitimate. It was a regular firm where everything was running the right way, and then I was, in one little defined area, I was flipping units, and then that turned into what you call a pump and dump, right?
One area of this social media guru world that I want everyone to be careful with is the gurus claiming to make millions in stock trading, day trading, or some system that they found that lets them live a lavish lifestyle from trading. Almost everyone who day trades loses money. It's a losing game unless you have some kind of advantage that nearly no one has. Or, if you have insider information, you can play that game as well. I'll only expose you if you don't share that insider information with me. The real problem with pump and dump schemes is that they make one person a lot of money, the scammer, and they leave all of the hopeful investors holding the bag. When the scammer dumps their shares, the price plummets, leaving the investors with shares in a company that are worth much less than they were 5 minutes ago, and there's no exit without experiencing major losses. This article from Finance Magnets claims researchers found that 3% of traders make money, with less than 1% making more than minimum wage. No one knows the real numbers on how many people succeed, but it is a very low percentage. You have no chance competing with companies who employ hundreds of people looking to beat you in your single person operation. When you see ads claiming day trading can make you millions and help you live a lavish lifestyle, be very careful falling victim to this venture. Some people do have an ability to make money at hand-picking stocks, but very few can over the long term. And if you're looking to make profits from trading frequently, good luck. And always keep in mind, when you have a 10 or 11 year bull run like we've had, a lot of people win. Taub also admitted defrauding the United States by hiding from the brokerage firms and the IRS the identities of those who actually controlled the straw accounts and who reaped the majority of the profits from the scheme. As a result, the profits from the straw accounts accounts were taxed at the lower tax rates applicable to the straw account holders instead of the higher tax rates applicable to Taub, which allowed Taub to avoid nearly $400,000 in taxes. What's interesting to me about white-collar criminals like Joseph is that they're typically really intelligent. Even if you wanted to defraud the stock market in some way and you had a reasonable idea of how to do it, it would still be really challenging to actually employ. What I don't understand about guys like Joseph is why not spend all of your time learning how to make money legally and ethically? He's clearly a pretty intelligent guy to set up straw accounts and manipulate the market in such a way to make $17 million. But I guess he did get caught, so maybe he wasn't as smart as he thought he was. But a big issue I have with this entire story is that the penalty does not match the crime. The Department of Justice has also reached a settlement of its civil forfeiture case against assets acquired by Taub and his family using proceeds of the market manipulation scheme. Under the terms of the settlement, Taub and his family members agreed to forfeit all assets subject to the pending forfeiture complaint in which they have a potential interest. He's only getting 18 months in jail because he agreed to give back what he stole. Haha, we caught you. As long as you give us back the money you took, then we'll be easy on you. It sounds like they're dealing with a child who got caught and are only taking away TV privileges for 2 days because they admitted to the theft. The easiest way to stop this behavior is by increasing the punishment. Clearly, the benefits from the fraud is worth the risk, or else these kinds of stories wouldn't be so prevalent. 18 months for defrauding the United States. Imagine that, only 18 months. In Newark, federal court took counts 4 and 5 of a superseding indictment charging him with securities fraud and conspiracy to defraud the United States. Conspiracy to defraud the United States. At least the crimes committed in the United States have proportional punishment. Someone committing $17 million of fraud would certainly have heavier punishment than someone who likes to smoke a little weed, right? Oh wait, back in my home state of Georgia, someone who just wanted to buy their marijuana in bulk from their local marijuana Costco supermarket could get up to 10 years in prison, and they're likely to spend a lot more than 18 months in jail if they were targeted by the police, are a part of a certain socioeconomic class, and if they don't have connections in the courtroom. This is more proof that if you're going to commit crimes in America, make sure they're very white collar, you are able to siphon off a little bit for when you return from the joint, and make sure you promise to pay back the victims. Jordan Belfort may have cost investors as much as $200 million and only served 22 months in prison. It's kind of absurd to compare these fraudulent schemes and see the amount of money at risk, and then compare their prison time to people who committed crimes with no victims. There's a lot of people in the history of America who served a lot of time after committing a crime with no victims. And yet these schemes that have the potential for damaging outcomes for a lot of investors lead to a year and a half in prison. Sometimes it makes you wonder, who's really setting the standard for crime and punishment in this country? Stay safe from fraudulent schemes, my friends. Thank you so much for watching.